Okay, so you want a fresh start in your life in some way. Fool. Want to take a chance. Want to go for it. Feel like you're starting a new world for yourself. Could be in any part of your life. And that's pretty much your focus energy. You may be feeling a bit like a kid this week as well and doing a bit more reckless things. Not necessarily that you're, causing drama or anything like that, but you could be doing things without that care or without like feeling what could be the consequences. You don't want to think about that. Now, the energy around on the general side, we have the 5 of coins, feeling like empty a bit, feeling like you need some sort of support, maybe even begging for that. You could be looking or seeking for some news and like wondering what's happening here. The 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands is a very fast moving energy here, and this 5 of coins is like begging for something to come their way. But you may find that you need patience, and that's what's a struggle for you. You don't like to be patient, at least not this week. But you have the strength, which is indicated in this card. You're equipped with the strength and are summoning that patience that's required in order to wait for something to come through. Maybe you're waiting to hear back regarding something or from someone. On the love side, we have faith and the tower, which is interesting because like faith is shattered with a tower next to it. And in some cases, this could represent a commitment that you've had that's coming down, basically being broken apart. Maybe it needs to come down. Maybe it's like your own values when it comes to relationships, your tradition, and what you've been accustomed to, that's being, reshaped with the Tower card. So things could be coming to light for sure. We see these beams of light here, changing your situation up. If you're single, someone like the Queen of Coins could change your perception about relationships for the better, for the worse. But providing something different for sure is what's indicated in the cards. You may feel like your trust has been broken, because I am attracted to the fact that the card is labeled faith. All right, what's the Fool? The Fool is looking towards the future and definitely wants something brand new, something you haven't experienced before, and you just don't, that you can do it. You might need to wait because patience came up on this side, but it feels like you definitely don't want to wait. It feels like you kind of want to rush into something just because you have this strong desire to just start over. General. What we got here? 7 of Swords. You could be looking to escape out of a situation, some difficulty, finding a way out as best as you can, even if it requires some shady tactics, as I like to say. This guy is sneaking into someone's home or sneaking out. Can't even tell. I think sneaking in. Or you might be sneaking out. Whatever the case is, you're trying to get away from a situation because it's proven to be difficult, maybe demanding, and you've been patient with it for a long time, and maybe you just want something different for yourself. 5 of Coins. You could be missing a situation from the past or someone from the past with the 6 of Cups energy. You could be thinking about how things used to be and wanting to recover that. And figuring out how to recover that energy. Love. You're thinking about the possibilities of a new romance, a new relationship for some of you. Or just expressing your feelings and letting them out in a big way, because the Tower is here. The Ace of Cups is also an overflow of emotions. And the Tower is going to burst those emotions forth. And it may be unexpected of you with the Faith card. Like it may not be what someone is used to from you. What's the Queen of Coins? Queen of Coins actually brings you some anxiety. You may feel like you're restricted when it comes to this person. You could be afraid of communicating with them or just uncertain for the time being. They stir up some fears in you, is what it appears to be. Why? Sorry for the long pause. It's almost like in some cases, maybe you know this is what you want. Maybe this is what you've been thinking of. But you're still like afraid to approach the situation for some reason. Maybe you think you won't be successful with this person. Whether they'll reject you or the relationship won't work. But there's an energy here of quite a bit of passion when it comes to someone. So you may not necessarily meet them this week. You may have already met them. And there's an energy here of either from their end or from your end wanting to approach them with aggression and passion and sexual energy of the Knight of Wands, whether it's in message form or just face to face, either is a possibility. You could just be worried over a possible rejection or how a situation might look. If you're in a relationship though, it seems like you want to break the patterns of that relationship and try something new. You could be afraid of how your partner might react to that. And a big conversation might need to happen. Some opening up, some honesty more than likely will happen. I've got 2 aces, the expression of emotions. Okay, so in the center, you guys have the Moon card. And even looking around, there's quite a bit of emotions being expressed, or at least wanting to be expressed, especially in a general set over here. The Moon indicates for me that there may be things going underneath the surface for you that you are contemplating, feelings that you have. Maybe they're just not being expressed at this time. You're trying to figure it out. There could be some confusing situations as well that you're trying to deal with and understand. This may be an emotional week for you overall. Now, on the general side, we have the Emperor with the 3 of Swords and Temperance. And the 3 of Swords was really my indicator saying that, you know, there is something definitely happening here that's causing some feelings to come to the surface, or maybe you trying to understand what's going on. You've got a lot of those conflicted emotions that, again, I feel like they're not being expressed, and maybe you're trying to think about how to express them. That could also be someone around you, and maybe you're trying to figure out what they're trying to tell you. The Emperor could be, especially if you're a male, trying to control the situation, and even like control damage, control some sort of a heartbreak, breakup, anything that involves something that has ended that's not harmonious with the 3 of Swords. And you could be trying to, you know, have that balance again with Temperance, having patience with yourself or another person as well. You may have experienced a fallout with just some unfortunate situation surrounding another person. This could be an older male that you're just in conflict with, and whatever the conflict is, it's causing you some pain because the 3 of Swords is associated with it. You're trying to, again, either recover the situation with Temperance, and more than likely, because Temperance is the outcome card, it is providing that balance that you need. It is kind of smoothing things over. It's like having that long talk or that expression finally that allows things to just kind of get back to where they were, some form of normalcy, whatever that means to you. On the love side, we have the Prince of Chalices with the Wheel and the 6 of Wands. And so when it comes to love, it does look quite nice. You have very fortunate changes coming in, possibly the arrival of a message or a person who wants to offer you some sort of invitation, love, or is just communicating with you and definitely expressing feelings here. There is an emotional connection. This changes your world up a bit with the Wheel of Fortune. Maybe you feel lucky. Some of you this week is about getting lucky as well. Considering that the 6 of Wands is here. It's like a achievement that maybe you wanted with another person. It doesn't have to be sexual, but it could be. You could also be hearing or receiving some sort of indication that a person is, it's like they're saying what you want them to say, or they're doing what you want them to do, and it's making you happy. You're being crowned here, and you're like feeling like sense of relief as well with the way things are working out. And there's also this energy of people being happy for you. So whatever's happening when it comes to love, you're more than likely like sharing this with other people, like friends, family, and they're saying, oh, congratulations, and happy to hear things are going well. That sort of energy is coming through. So let's get some clarification cards. And let's go with the moon. Judgment. So I think with judgment here, the moon is indicating that you're definitely starting to realize something, and it's coming from a deep place. This may have been something you've been aware of, but up until now, it hasn't risen up to the surface, and you're being made aware of these feelings. This could also represent that there has been a conversation or something relatively big that's come into light, and you're still trying to sort out your feelings over it. Okay, let's get one for the general. On the general, we still have this apathetic energy, this energy where it's trying to solve a problem, and maybe there is someone who's attempting to help and reach out, but you don't really want that person to kind of like cross your boundary or get involved. You may also feel like, you know, taking a step back a bit. With the Four of Cups as an additional card, there's the energy where you're like, I don't want to try too hard. I don't want to push anything. I kind of just want to let things blow over in time, casually, with the energy and patience of Temperance. And let's call the Three of Swords. The Hierophant. Interesting. So it almost feels like there has been some sort of rules, structure that maybe have been imposed on you, which has just been too much and too demanding. And it's just like too much to bear. It's like, what has caused the Three of Swords? It's like all these obligations, all these rules that you feel like you have to follow now. Maybe this is new. Something new has been set up, like for instance at work, and there's this whole list of things that you're supposed to do now, new responsibilities, things of that nature, and it's not what you want. And so with the Three of Swords, there's this energy of not wanting to be a part of it anymore, being aware of that, and maybe even leaving a situation as a result of it, because the Three is just like not interested in participating, much like the Four isn't interested in participating either. Let's get one for love. Well, something is being hidden here when it comes to love. And so while you have such beautiful energy and so much success, there could be some energy of someone hiding something. Doesn't necessarily have to be you. You could find that somewhere in the back of your mind, considering you do have the moon energy in the center, that you are suspicious of someone, their behavior, what they say, etc. But there are secrets here. About what? You've got fears and anxieties that, again, I feel this energy of not expressing it, not wanting to express it for the time being. But yeah, there is an inability to kind of say what's on your mind, which is weird considering this is all so nice. What is it that you're having trouble expressing? Or it could, oh my god, Ten of Swords. There could also be the energy of having that suspicion and wishing those anxieties, those fears would go away for the time being because you just don't want to deal with it. You just want to enjoy the moment as it is. There is a fear here about something ending. So even though it seems to be going quite nicely, you are afraid of some sort of relationship potentially being severed or a connection just not working out at all with the Ten of Swords. A lot of swords energy here as the clarifiers, meaning quite a bit of it is mental. And again, I feel this vibe of wanting to communicate, but none of these characters in this energy are willing to open up. So I feel like, again, there's that inability to kind of say what's there, what you need to express, or even get something from someone else. If you're trying to get information, try to understand where they're coming from. For the time being, there is a lack of communication. I guess I would say a lack of communication with what's really going on, because you could be talking to someone and things could be going well. There could be so many things hidden underneath the surface, but none of that stuff is being approached or talked about for the time being. So what is the Six of Wands? There's the Knight of Cups again. You are getting that invitation, that expression that you want from someone. You are receiving some love here with the Knight of Cups. Or you yourself are being loving towards someone, being expressive. It's weird because I'm saying being expressive, but I still think that there are things that are definitely not being said that maybe at some point down the line needs to be said, but someone here is too afraid to do so now for what it could bring or what it could mean, that Ten of Swords energy. But you are getting the attention of someone that you may admire or want to be around, and things seem to be very fortunate when it comes to love.